allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moments out. Alrighty, we're off to the races. First one we have, Introduction to Miss Coos County 2026, and that is Brinkley Webb is listed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, I'm very short. 1 second. Pause for effect.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brinkley Webb. I'm a UC Davis graduate, currently sitting on 2 nonprofit boards, the Coos County Friends of Public Health and Coos Health Initiatives. I am also the current Miss Coos County. I wanted to formally introduce myself to you and to the community in this role. As Miss Coos County, I serve as a representative at local events and community initiatives with a focus on service, awareness, and advocacy. I'm here to share my community service initiative through the Miss America organization called Momentum, a community-driven women's health initiative focused on increasing awareness, education, and advocacy around menopause, an often overlooked yet universal stage of life that significantly impacts long-term health. I am here today to respectfully ask the Coos County Board of Commissioners to consider issuing a formal proclamation recognizing Menopause Awareness Month for June 2026. As I prepare for the Miss Oregon competition, this timing would allow me to carry Coos County's leadership and commitment to women's health onto a broader state platform, amplifying the work and values of our community at a statewide level. My purpose today is to be a voice for my mom and millions of women after watching my mother struggle through years of unrecognized perimenopause symptoms before her breast cancer diagnosis. I knew this conversation needed to change. I thought to myself, how many other daughters and husbands are having their mothers and wives experience this same misdiagnosis? That lit a fire in me to create Momentum. To me, this is about making sure the next generation of women and the families who love them have answers, support, and understanding long before they need it. Less than 1% of biomedical research funding worldwide is dedicated to women outside of cancer. In 2021, the National Institute of Health. It's fine.
We broke it.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Technology.
He always tries to steal the limelight.
You're stealing the show.
Sorry.
Everyone knows IT loves to be in the limelight.
You didn't get it done today. The limelight stays on the speaker.
Yep.
In 2021, the National Institute of Health reported that approximately $5 billion in federal funds in the United States was allocated in the area of research for women's health. Of this amount, research on menopause received a mere $15 million, which equals 0.003% of all federal funds for women's health research. This lack of funding directly affects the kind of care women will have access to during menopausal transition and into menopause. What is startling is that according to a Johns Hopkins survey, they found that only 20% of OBGYN residencies offer training in menopause. And as a result, currently 80% of OBGYN residents admit to being ill-prepared to discuss menopause with patients. That gap is not just real data, it represents real women, real families, and real moments where people are left without answers. Investing in this research is how we change that. I am grateful to the leadership of Sheriff Gabe Fabrizio for graciously agreeing to be the entertainment of the evening as the guest of honor for the first Menopause Research Grant Gala fundraiser in Coos County on June 13th. This is a lighthearted, sheriff-approved comedy roast of himself, supporting Momentum's initiative to invest in research. This is an evening where we come together not just to support a cause, but to truly enjoy ourselves while doing it. Hosted at Wildflower, who has generously donated their space for the evening, this night is designed to be fun, elevated, and full of energy. Momentum turns awareness into action, and action into real change. Momentum's mission is to promote research while eliminating the stigma socially and in healthcare while encouraging open dialogue about menopause early. This initiative also prepares younger women to understand, anticipate, and advocate for their health long before menopause begins, while supporting midlife women navigating this transition today. Because of my mother's health issues and hormone-positive breast cancer, my personal connection to this issue is deep and drives every aspect of this work. Through my 4 years in Alpha Phi International Fraternity, I also advocated and raised funds for Go Red for women's heart health, while witnessing my godmother's experience with cardiovascular disease. These experiences showed me how silence and lack of awareness delay care and endanger lives. And what I began to realize is that the warning signs are often there, we just don't always recognize them. And I call these sneakers. Symptoms that you don't fully think that they're connected, but show up randomly, and we don't fully understand them. And it makes you wonder, how many answers are still missing? There's symptoms hiding in plain sight, not recognized, not connected by doctors, and not taken seriously enough. And the thing about sneakers is that there's not just a few. There are a plethora of symptoms that a woman can experience, and not all women will experience in the same ones or amount. Additional sneakers are migraines, painful intimacy, chronic fatigue, accelerated bone loss, frozen shoulder, gastrointestinal issues, acid reflux, inflammation, and IBS. And with time, with research, with attention, we will continue to uncover more connections within the mystery of menopause. Menopause is not only a biological transition, it is a long-term driver of women's health outcomes across the lifespan. National Institute of Health supported research shows that the hormonal changes occurring during the menopausal transition are closely linked to the increased risk of cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, metabolic disorders, and cognitive changes later in life. These are not temporary effects. They are long-term health shifts that influence how women age, function, and live for decades after menopause. That is why menopause research matters even for women who feel they are past it or who did not experience significant symptoms. The impact of menopause does not end when menstruation stops. It becomes part of the foundation of long-term health. In other words, menopause research is not just about treating discomfort. It is about understanding and preventing disease, improving longevity, and ensuring that women receive the same level of scientific attention in midlife and beyond as they do in other stages of healthcare. But this conversation does not stop with women alone, because menopause does not happen in isolation. It happens inside families, marriages, partnerships, and households. It affects communication, intimacy, emotional well-being, and daily life in ways that often go unspoken and misunderstood. And for many men, this is not something they are taught to recognize, prepare for, or even talk about. To the men who have wives, partners, mothers, or daughters going through this transition or will in the future, this is not a distant issue. This is part of your home, your relationship, your quality of life as well. When symptoms are misinterpreted or dismissed, it can create distance where there should be understanding, frustration where there should be support, and silence when there should be communication. And I would challenge that indifference does not come from lack of care, but often from a lack of awareness. That is exactly where education changes everything. When partners understand that fatigue is not laziness, that mood shifts are not overreactions, and that physical symptoms are medically rooted rather than personal flaws, it transforms how families respond. It replaces confusion with clarity, frustration with empathy. This is why Momentum is not only a women's health initiative, it is a family health initiative. Because when we educate one person, we change the experience of everyone around them. And when men are included in this conversation, they become allies in care, support, and understanding rather than bystanders to confusion. Menopause is not just a women's issue. It is a relationship issue, a household issue, and a community issue. And the more we bring it into the open, the more we strengthen the families it touches. And thank you for having me today.
Thank you.
Do you have a draft of the proclamation?
I have one in my Google Docs that I can send to you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see. So I usually do public comments at the end of those. Do we have any public comments? And seeing none. We are on to recognition of Tammy Dalton for 25 years of service in the clerk's office. I expect you to embarrass her with all the praise.
All right. That I can handle.
I cannot.
That's what makes it fun. Whoa, that's been announced with a gong?
Gone. That was planned. Okay, thank you. Today, we proudly recognize and celebrate Tammy Dalton and her 25 years of dedicated service. This milestone reflects the countless ways she has strengthened our county through her commitment, professionalism, and unwavering work ethic. Over the years, Tammy has contributed talent, insight, and steady presence to every challenge and opportunity that has come our way. Her reliability and integrity have made a lasting impact on colleagues and on the success of our team as a whole. It is no exaggeration to say that the clerk's office is better because of you, Tammy. Reaching 25 years is a remarkable achievement, one that speaks to loyalty and the pride Tammy takes in her work. We are deeply grateful for her expertise she brings, the example she sets, and the many moments, big and small, in which she has gone above and beyond. On behalf of the entire county, thank you, Tammy, for everything you've done and continue to do. We are honored to celebrate this milestone with you and look forward to the years ahead with sincere appreciation. And when I say years ahead, I do hope that we have you for many more years. But I wanted to make sure to congratulate you for your 25 years of dedicated service and commitment to Coos County today in front of the board. I can't say enough about how much Tammy means to us in our office. So
Thank you.
thank you so much, Tammy, and it is with great pleasure we honor you.
And we do look forward to having you for many years. If I recall correctly from Greg, I hope we won't lose you too soon to the biker lifestyle. And next is there's a request for approval to hire Brittany Felton at step 6 for Coos Health and Wellness.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I think I just realized about 3 seconds ago, this is the last time I'm going to do this with you guys.
You think?
You are so lucky.
We thought we'd already seen the last of you,
I know. Like a
but
bad
not
penny.
so. Yeah.
Today we're coming before you to request the Board of Commissioners approve Step 5 hire for Brittany Felton as a Prevention Service Outreach Specialist. Brittany Felton has been working as a prevention specialist for Curry County and handling their alcohol and other drug prevention programs. She also runs their social media pages and websites. She has extensive experience in the community, creating work plans and community events. She's also a certified tobacco treatment specialist. She brings over 2 years of experience leading a prevention team in another county, demonstrating direct and relevant leadership and community-based prevention work. She's also on track to obtain her certified prevention specialist credential within the next year. In addition, she has 18 years of experience with the Sheriff's Office as a dispatcher, providing her with extensive expertise in crisis response, high-pressure decision-making, and cross-system collaboration. This background directly supports the outreach and community engagement components of the position. Her combined experience in prevention leadership and public safety significantly exceeds the minimum qualifications for this role. Offering a higher step would appropriately recognize her depth of experience, support internal equity for similar qualified staff, and increase the likelihood of securing a high qualified candidate in a competitive hiring environment. This placement would still represent a significant pay reduction for her, given her level of experience and qualifications, and in an attempt to stay competitive and support successful recruitment. Based on the above, we would believe step 5 is appropriate. Also, Ms. Felton joined us via GoToMeeting for our nitrous oxide and kratom conversation, and she actually was the one that made those comments in the chat that Dane Zahner had brought up.
Oh, good.
So she's already trying to engage with our community as it also helps her costs.
Okay. Mr. Chair, move to approve to start new hire Brittany Felton at step 3 of, wait, this says, hold on. This motion says step 3, but you just
It
asked for
should
step
step
5.
yes.
Mr. Chair, move to approve to start new hire Brittany Felton at step 5 of pay grade 416 for the position of Prevention Services Outreach Specialist.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
It's good to stay competitive.
Yep.
You don't have any choices there.
This position has been open for a very long time, and Ms. Felton trying to bring her on has been a long process, but she is a highly qualified individual.
This will be good. Comments from the public? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gleason. Have a wonderful day.
Fair winds and following seas.
Appreciate that, sir.
Request approval of resolution making additional appropriations for the fair. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Very well,
Good,
thanks.
good.
Thank you.
Good.
How was your meeting last night?
It went well. It was
Good.
quick. Got business done. So I am here today. As you all know, we are working diligently and have been working diligently with everybody in the community to fund the roof on the pavilion. So today's request is to add additional appropriations to the fair fund for $27,000 to be able to pay the roof cost to the pavilion. So my request is to approve resolution 26-04-036B.
Mr. Chair, move approval of resolution 26-04-036B, funding additional $27,000 in appropriations.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Always nice to receive money.
Yes, and I'd like to just thank Commissioner Sweet for his
Oh, yeah.
work in getting this pulled together, because really, he's the one that did this.
Yeah.
So, Commissioner, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
There were a lot of people that contributed to this. And
Yeah.
can you describe to the audience what we're building down there? It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is glorious. I had some pictures. I won't go to screen share for that again today because I'm not sure I can find them. But it's a beautiful timber frame structure at the north end of the Midway, very close to the saloon that was established a couple years ago. And it's 40 by 60 feet, all built out of Port Orford cedar, and has a full cedar car deck roof, and then we're going to put sheet metal over that. But it has a great view directly north to the small stage, and very accessible to all the food vendors and the saloon as well. So it's a short trip if you've had your second or third, and I hope you're not driving after that. And anyway, it's beautiful. Great work by Scott Partney and his crew to get that thing erected. It cost a lot more than we thought it was going to, but we were fortunate to be able to find all the funds that we needed to make that happen. And that's, as Commissioner Sweet mentioned, based on the participation and contribution of a lot of individuals and companies in the community. So thank you for that. It's going to be a great spot to sit and eat your lunch during the fair.
Yes, it is extremely beautiful. It really was a county collaboration of donors, sponsors, all alike, and it is a wonderful addition to see go up. So thank you all for your time and energy and support on this project.
And I think I would also be remiss to not take responsibility for my initial disagreement with taking the strategy that we did to accomplish the task. I had a different idea and was outvoted, but it worked. So congratulations to you guys. And as Fonzie would say, I was... You guys were right.
And I think
Thank you.
there a former fair board member came up with this concept, and I think you need to recognize her.
Yes, Candy Bomber had worked with East Fork Lumber, which is owned by Jared Sproul, and they had originally designed this project to have a timber framing company come on site and mill it. And so the original concept was to partner with a nonprofit. And as things started moving along and figuring out the ins and outs of stuff, we transitioned a little bit on the project. But Candy Bomber and Jared Sproul with East Fork Lumber had originally worked up this plan to have a beautiful building, a Midway Pavilion, to have for an outdoor pavilion.
And we should also mention, I believe, that very little, if any, county money went into this. The bulk came from Business Oregon
Correct.
through a $280,000 grant.
Mm-hmm.
A quality building made out of donated local quality material, built by local quality contractor, with a lot of help from a lot of people.
Yes.
Fun to see it put together.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So if you haven't had a chance to go down there yet, go take a look. The roof, they're in the process of finalizing the roof in the next week or two, as far as getting all the wood decking on there. And so we're moving along. That was the goal, is to have this up before fair. So it'll be a nice addition to fair this year.
Alrighty. Public comment. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
you.
Lisa.
And we're on to request approval of resolution making additional appropriations for Sint. Howdy, howdy.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Captain.
So first, I'd like to thank Miss Webb for her advocacy. Very, very nice to hear that this morning, and I also support any venue in which the sheriff is roasted.
Can we repeat the time, place, and date?
June 13th at Wildflower,
Time?
5:30.
Thank you. I feel like there's a public interest.
I feel like I should have a degree in it.
Captain, do you intend to go participate in the roast?
I don't know how I could miss it.
Very good.
So our request this morning is to recognize the grant funds that we received for the marijuana eradication grant, and to I'm sorry.
Oh, that was folks talking.
And to have some of that money put in for use this year. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chair, move to approve the appropriation in Resolution 26-04-033B in the amount of $45,400.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
Just like to point out, I'm sorry, Captain Sanborn, did you say that these funds are not from the general fund? Did you state that?
I did not.
I just wanted to make sure that was on the record, that these are criminal justice funds, not coming from the general fund of the county.
I did say it was from a grant, but that it is correct that no general funds are being used.
And also like to acknowledge, since work in the community, I believe we saw a sentencing for the individual that owned.
Sentencing is in July.
Oh, sentencing is, but
We
guilty
just saw a
plea.
conviction.
Yeah, conviction for the individual who had the game park. I believe Sint was involved in that heavily.
Yes.
Seized $1.6 million. There was something like 400 animals being neglected. A lot of meth.
I think there was some various different kinds of drugs that were located on that property.
So they are.
$1.6 million in green cash.
Yes.
That's a stack.
There was actually quite a few bonds and
Oh, bearer bonds.
Yeah, things of that nature.
Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
pretty close. All righty.
I'd like one more time to give a shout out to Sent and to our our sheriff's department for continuing to push this. SCINT, SCINT, stands for South Coast Interagency Narcotics Team. When it was initiated, it included the two counties, Coos and Curry, most of the communities in the two counties. Today, it's one department. It does get aid from time to time from other law enforcement agencies, but the burden is singularly carried by the county and the sheriff's department, and particularly the SCINT officer. And it's shameful that other communities, the other county, is not helping more than they are. And I don't want to be, they do help from time to time. We're kind of on our own on this. Correct me if I've misstated anything.
I broke my chair again.
Mr. Chair.
We do get quite a bit of help from our tribal partners
Oh, that's right.
and also from Coos County Parole and Probation.
DA's office, I believe.
Yeah, DA's office also.
But
But that's all count, mostly
It's all
county,
county.
Yeah.
with the exception of our tribal partners.
And you can't tell me the other county and the cities don't have problems, but they choose not to fund it. And it's not easy, because we're probably shorter on funds than almost any governmental body in the county.
This county.
Yeah, Curry is.
So,
Curry.
thank you to you, and thank you to the department.
I will pass those words on to my team. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm one-man team with a lot of support. Thank you.
Do we have any public comment? All right, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have request approval of contract with Lindsay Cotton for the district attorney's office. Do not see the district attorney.
So,
Go ahead.
yeah, as liaison, I'll take it,
Thank you.
Mr. Chair. So we are proposing a district medical examiner personal service contract with Lindsay Cotton. Coos County District Attorney's Office has a need for a contractor to review certain cases and sign death certificates if and when the county's medical examiner is unavailable. The contractor will assist the Coos County Medical Examiner's Office to certify and sign death certificates, provide limited diagnostic testing, and review cases. And with that, Mr. Chair, I would move to approve and sign the personal service contract with Lindsay Cotton to perform duties as the district medical examiner.
I second the motion.
Motion and a second. Discussion.
It will be, with the loss of, I forget the individual's name who used to provide that backup service, but it is, of course, critical that we have more than one resource available. You can't rest all of that responsibility on one individual 24/7, 365. So this really is it's a budgeted need, and so it definitely should be approved.
And if I recall, currently some of these are handled by the state, and the state is more than 6 months behind on death certificates,
Right.
more than a year behind on diagnostic testing for
Right.
cases. A very big delay in our criminal justice and
Yeah.
general quality of life system. So, very good. John, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Community comments? And seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We are on to request approval resolution for CAFA grant application. Finance. Good morning.
So this is the resolution that we have to do every year for the CAFA grant application.
Mr. Chair, move to approve and sign Resolution 26-04-034B.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
I'd love to see the average words used by Megan versus me. A side-by-side comparison.
I'm not sure I would like to. That would be concerning as far as the numbers. Community comments. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes with that extensive report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan.
And we have a request for approval of joint funding agreement for stream gauges. That's us.
Yes, the United States Geological, what do they call themselves? Survey or?
Geological Survey.
Provides gauges to monitor the flood stages of the Coquille River. It's subject to our helping out. It costs $13,850. I think that's pretty much the way it's been for quite a few years, is it not, Bobby? Commissioner Maine, former Commissioner Maine, always supported this because he knew he didn't have to get up in the morning to see and go out and check the river to see it was fishable. He could just call USGS and make that decision. But there are reasons to do this beyond that. It's for flood safety. The valley can flood quickly, and it gives the farmers and everyone a little time to respond to a potential flood. I remember growing up in the area, we didn't have this, and there was a whole barn full of milk cows that had been drowned the night before. So this is, it serves a need, and it's very important. So I approve, or move that we approve the joint funding agreement with USGS for the Coquille River stream gauges in the amount of $13,850.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion.
Do these gauges have U's in them?
Have what?
U's in them?
Use?
Yeah. Is
Like
it
sheep?
G-A-G-E or is it G-A-U-G-E?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That is weird. Huh. Maybe they were referencing Pet Cemetery.
Template perpetuation, I think.
Some people got that one, some didn't. Sean?
I would also like to point out that emergency management uses these gauges a lot.
Oh, yeah.
During the winter for purposes of planning and things like that for potential emergencies pertaining to.
Mm-hmm. Good input.
Alrighty. Any community discussion here?
I think we should get a plaque for Bob Maine out at each
Yeah.
one of these gauges.
That would be good.
Are we going to spell gauge correctly? Alrighty. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Takes us to the consent
I
calendar.
move approval of the consent calendar.
Second.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Community. It's a very fascinating consent calendar. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Do we have any late agenda items? I see item 1 listed. Maybe we don't.
No.
All righty, that takes us to commissioner reports. I forget who I started with last time.
Me.
Okay, yeah, John's turn.
I have nothing to report. We got out here quickly.
All right. Let's see. I don't really have anything extremely noteworthy either that I can think of. So I'll just let it go at that.
Okay, some of the small stuff last week, attended the CFPA meeting about the look at the prospects of fires in the community coming up. It is looking like a rough season because of low snowpacks, but 03, 04 apparently looked the same and weren't eventful, so may still be good. we as the commission had meetings around kratom and nitrous last week discussing community impacts. Kratom being one that's been over the counter, had some justifications for it in the past, and now there are variants of it that are 20 times as strong as morphine that you can buy at a gas station. Not an advertisement. We are looking at banning that. Nitrous has become a big issue, causing B12 deficiencies, a lot of visits to the emergency room, full paralysis, and effectively brain death. So discussing how to restrict that to the legitimate uses for restaurants and not allowing for giant flavored tanks of nitrous for sale also at the gas station.
Without ID.
With that, well, they're supposed to check ID.
Yeah.
I'll say supposed to.
Yeah.
Allegedly. We've deferred that to Coos Health and Wellness. They're going to pull up some model policies from around the country for us. 7 states have already banned kratom, so that'll move forward. And I'll keep it short. I'll do that.
Chair, could I come back?
Of course.
Just one.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'd like to give a shout out to one of our larger employers here in the county, Southport Lumber Company. They have created or producing a product that I don't think has ever been produced before in the county, and it's wood pellets. And they are exporting these wood pellets in shipload quantities to, their first load went out a few weeks ago, and that went to Japan. I think they have a load booked for Norway, and I think most of their product will go to Japan. They are joined in this endeavor by another lumber company from the valley, and the two companies together have built, you may see it on the waterfront, on the old warehouse, or now the Coil Dock, a huge building that can store, I think, a couple shiploads of these wood pellets. They're made from sawdust and other residual materials, and so further extending the use, the utility of our wood product resource and creating new family wage jobs. Each of these ships carries, I think, 30,000 tons of wood pellets. It's a lot of barbecues. Actually, in Japan, they are used to replace nuclear energy. After their disaster several years ago, they tried to get away from that. I think they're going to go back. But anyway, it's just another product. I think it creates the 6th ocean terminal in our bay. We think of our port as not being very active. We don't have the number of ships we used to have, but we still have a good amount of shipping. So, and we have 6 privately owned docks supporting that shipping located on Coos Bay. So, just another thing that we have to diversify our economy a bit and provide family wage employment in the county. I think we should acknowledge them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here for Southport.
Yep. Always innovating.
Yep.
All righty. That'll take us to public comments. The first one I have is Greg Chisholm. I think I said that right. Oh, there you are. And 3 minutes for public comments.
May I request 4, please?
I think you can pull off 3. We generally do 3.
I will try my hardest. Hello, my name is Greg Chisholm from North Bend. I come to you today with a community concern about the unhoused in Coos Bay and Coos County. We all see it around downtown Coos Bay. Tourists see them as they drive up and down the 101. Residents see them as they complain of theft and property destruction. Police have to see them as they have mental breakdowns in public spaces. Unhoused are abused, abandoned, and left for dead under our watch. Churches with other nonprofits are helping with food and donations, but still the homeless and unhoused are having to scour the county to find a place to lay down at night. This is why they are ending up on people's private property and in our parks. OBAB is cleaning up trash left behind in the forest, and because we have left them nowhere else to exist and nowhere to throw their stuff away. The city-approved camping zones are a joke of a solution that just gives police another way to criminalize homelessness. EndHomelessness.org says that some elected officials are fining, jailing, and punishing people experiencing homelessness. This wastes taxpayer dollars and makes it harder for providers to exit homelessness. Resources for the unhoused have disappeared in the last few years because a few people misrepresented the issues, and let's be honest, the thought that they would just migrate elsewhere is a fool's prophecy and lacks virtue. Yes, virtue, used in this case as one's moral excellence or behavior that, excuse me, behavior that guides social cohesion. How can we provide moral excellence and social cohesion if our views and action towards those that are in the most need are cast out from our society? Previously, our county has had a great resource that housed multiple services in one location. With the closing of that service, our local governments have been merely reactive to the presence of the unhoused. The local groups are donating or doing as much as they can, but the problem is bigger than a local group can fix. Our county with the cities and towns can make a dent each year, and over time, that dent can make a valuable impact if we focus on our dollars on a housing first solution. Coos County has double the Oregon state average of homelessness. As you know, 1% of our population, 1 in 100 is not great. They are obviously not here because we have services for them, but they are here of their own reasons. You cannot legislate them out of existence of our area. I think we need to have a little heart and take care of our fellow humans. So let's be proactive and talk about a solution. Finland is credited by the World Economic Forum with being a country that has nearly solved homelessness. They use a housing-first approach that does not depend on housing being a reward for participation in other services, but a right that is given to humans without preconditions. Finland has chosen to see housing as a right, and we can too, just as our First and Second Amendments. Successful rehousing of those with mental health issues should get further care. While creating housing is expensive, it is cheaper than the alternative. Several studies show that providing housing for the chronically homeless can save taxpayers roughly thousands per person per year in emergency room, jail, and shelter costs. Homelessness is not a question of a moral failure, and people should not be punished for it. It is a combination of life circumstance, systemic disenfranchisement, suffering, and bad luck.
Greg, we're at the 3. I'm happy to have
I'm
a
so
longer
close.
conversation.
I'm so close to done. May I?
Wrap it up in a sentence?
I would like to see our county be more proactive and provide housing-first solutions as the best and most responsible use of our tax dollars.
Thank
you
you.
for your time.
Homelessness and housing has been a big part of my past field, so I'm pretty familiar with this, especially the mental health side. Happy to have a longer conversation about it. I agree very much on the mental health side. It was January of last year during the point in time count. The jail, I believe we had 46 individuals in it. 11 had been unhoused and 10 were on mental health meds. Of the 46-ish people that were in there, 28 were on mental health meds. So the failure of Oregon's mental health system is a very big issue. The Oregon State Hospital has around 700 beds. I'm told only 200 is staffed. When they had 700, a report came out showing they need an additional 3,000. The reason the Bay Area Hospital has talked about closing its mental health wing before is because the level of cases that are there are out of scale because the Oregon State Hospital does not take the clients that should be going there instead. We've had nurses suffer traumatic brain injuries, haven't been able to return to work in 4 years because they were in the wrong facility. For housing first, you have to have housing. And throughout the county, that's an extreme shortage, unfortunately. Coos Bay, actually, we had passed a number of leniences around housing development, diversification of zoning ordinances, and the state caught up 3 years later on some of it. They were 7 years late on other parts of it. So state regulations are a bit of a problem, and they get in the way when we're innovating to get more housing. So between the housing, I agree, you have to have housing. You can't get people sober. You can't get people stabilized if you don't have a house to put them in. It does not work out. Put them back on the street. There's a case of state hospital discharging someone to the street, them freezing to death in Salem, and that's an ongoing issue still. So advocating on the mental health side, I would particularly focus on the state hospital because that is where the greatest deficiency lies.
I will definitely push in that direction, and
Yep.
I just want to.
We can talk about it more later.
I just would like to see our county do anything that it could in that direction.
Makes sense.
I'm going to butt in here. This is for citizen comment, not discussion, commissioners. But I'm going to break my norm and talk a little bit about this. The county does indeed provide, and I don't have the numbers, Greg, right off the top of my head, but through Coos Health and Wellness, we have, I can't remember the number of units, but quite a few apartment units in Coos Bay and North Bend, or particularly that are for the unhoused, and particularly for people who, that portion of the community, unhoused community, that has mental or addiction problems. I think that Coos Health and Wellness paid for 20 of the new apartments that are being built in North Bend at the old Banger School site. I know that outside of supported housing, we've been instrumental in getting a new housing development started on the old Inglewood School site. And I believe there's going to be somewhere around 30 units of moderately priced residences there, some standalone, some like an apartment or not an apartment, a condominium. They're all for sale. And the county took that property back for non-payment of taxes. It had been harmed by dumping of oil or something there, and that had to be cleaned up. The city of Coos Bay did that, and together the Coos Bay and the county have got that property now being developed. There's streets are putting in, the drainage is being taken care of. So quite a bit going on, and we've had a hand in it. Coos Bay really deserves probably more credit than we, but nonetheless, we haven't ignored this. We don't advertise it very much, but we do play a pretty important role in supplying housing to those who have difficulty paying for it. But thank you for bringing this all up.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Commissioner.
To follow up Commissioner Sweet's comments, I believe that the number is 60 to 65 units.
Yeah. It's not a little thing.
60 to 65 units that Coos Health and Wellness provides.
I can think of
For
one
that
apartment
purpose.
complex with 24. This will be another 20, and there's a variety of houses throughout the county.
It's
So,
excellent to see us
Let
going
it-
in that
let
direction.
it not be thought that nothing is happening at the county level.
It is not thought that way. Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you. Next, we have Phil Thompson. Phil? Nope. We have David Jennings? Nope. All righty. That is all the people that signed up. Do we have any community comment that did not sign up? Do we have anybody online? All righty. That being complete, meeting adjourned. 48 minutes. Not that it's a race or anything.
Would you guys mind if I got a photo with
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
y'all? Thank you.
We can have somebody take the photo.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay. Cool. Everybody suck in your guts now.